Oh my god, oh my god.
Okay, so yeah, yep.
Can I stream this so I can see the images in full quality and just send me the link?
Yeah, sure. Okay, then I'll just record your stream. Wait.
How long has your recording been going on for?
I'm just gonna put that in Yuri. What I stopped recording in between tier lists. I sent you. I put the link in Yuri. I put the link in Yuri.
I know, brother, from another mother.
Okay, brother.
Okay. Hello, MC Beavers. Today we are doing a Jurassic Park movie dinosaurs tier list maker. Tier list. Rank the dinosaurs Jurassic Park however you please. Okay. We have the Allosaurus. I'm gonna put in A tier. It's very new, so no nostalgia factor. And but it was a very highly anticipated dinosaur from the community. And Kylosaurus. It was also new, but the way that they portrayed it, it was pretty good for the movie that was in, which was Jurassic World, which wasn't that praised, but it was the scene with the Ankylosaurs, in my opinion, was cool because it showed off their abilities. Patasaurus, one non-original dinosaur, a new Jurassic World dinosaur, but the scene that it was in, this scene specifically in the picture, is a very sad scene. It has caused some people to cry. Not me though, because I don't cry, not even in the silent voice. So it was sad scene. It was a good scene. This is just a baryonyx. The scene was just cool, but I think just the cool factor is like not enough. The actual the way they put the scene together, it was more horror and less Jurassic Parky. Um, Brachiosaurus original movie S tier. The way they showed the size of the Brachiosaurus, and it really made you get a feel for how large dinosaurs are. Carnotaurus, C tier. A horrible antagonist. He got 1 minute of screen time. He immediately got killed by the original T Rex. It's pretty cool though. Uh, I mean, he kind of was scary. He wasn't as scary as the Baryonyx, but it's okay. Uh, the Ceratosaurus. S tier because the scene it was in was funny because they were gonna get eaten by him, but then they were all in poop, so he couldn't smell them, and he just saw them, and then he just ran away while he was eating the
Krish,
Spinosaurus.
what's up?
Hello, I'm Steve
I'm
Bieber.
on like developer mode.
Okay. Compsognathus or Procompsognathus. I don't actually know which one is in the movies, but we'll go S tier because they the way that they're portrayed in the movies, it makes you feel like they're not that dangerous. But every single time a character meets them, they're dead. I don't know how, because Venom can't be that strong because your prey in the prehistoric era couldn't have been that immune. I mean, have that much immunity to where they would have to have that much venom to actually endanger and kill their prey. So I don't know what they were doing, but somehow they're like really powerful. Uh Corythosaurus or I don't know, hadrosaurs in general, I guess. Hadrosaurs in general, A tier. They weren't really that exciting. They were just big creatures. It was really fascinating to me how in Lost World they were like really massive when they were next to cars. One car wasn't even close to a third of the size of a normal hadrosaur. So it was really interesting how they were so massive. Dilophosaurus, S tier, because the original Jurassic Park movie, it was really cool how it went from it was weird and cool at the same time. How originally Dennis was playing around with the Dilophosaurus as if it was a playful creature, and it almost seemed like it had the traits of a dog. But then it went straight to something like a wild hyena or like undomesticated animal, where it was extremely it spit on Dennis, and obviously the spit is poisonous in the movie, and so Dennis had died, and we saw and he killed an absolutely atrocious character. I mean, Dennis wasn't that bad of a character; he was just an antagonist, and he was fat and he was annoying, so like it was pretty
Ah, I
cool
also
watching
hate
him
bad
die.
people.
Uh D tier. These oh my god, I can't believe I forgot their name. Oh no, I don't deserve to do this tier list.
Alright,
Uh
end the video.
Wait, don't actually end the video.
Nope. Doesn't know.
Shoot, I will remember their name. Um 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 um
Yo guys, there's nothing to see here. Mason's profile pic looks cool to be honest.
No.
Thank you.
Dimorphodon. Okay, I didn't forget the name. I didn't look it up either. So the Dimorphodons were absolutely atrocious. They didn't. They were just there for they had the same. The movie gave you the same sense as in they were like bats. There were just a lot of them. They weren't really scary on their own, and they
They.
we're nowhere near the because the feeling that you got in Jurassic Park 3, where you were actually scared by the pteranodons, because pteranodons were massive creatures, and they could fly even though they were so massive, and they could rip you to shreds. They had absolutely massive claws, and so that the comparing them to pteranodons, that they sucked, and their role in the movie wasn't that large anyway, and so they're like D tier, very bad. Gallimimus, B tier, even though they weren't in the original movie, and they were a good prologue, prologue, sure. They were a good like filler dinosaur before the T Rex in the movie, and so
Wait, what?
they were pretty boring. The kid did call out that they were Gallimimuses. I don't know the plural. I'm not Latin or Greek or Hispanic. Um, but they're boring,
Yo.
even though they were in the original movie. Uh, A tier. I would put Indominus Rex in S tier, but it's Indominus Rex where he it was a weird they don't give him any lore. They just say that he was made by a few dinosaurs, and Velociraptor being the T-Rex being the base gene. um and it feels very off Jurassic Park. Like they said Jurassic Park got boring for people, and so they had to make a custom dinosaur, and it felt and it died off way too easily. Like it definitely should have killed a T Rex and a Velociraptor. There was no way that it should have beaten them, but it did. And then, but then the Mosasaurus beat it, and so let's use that to go to Indominus Raptor, Indoraptor. I'm so stupid. This one S tier, because they actually made him like a scary character. I personally really liked the scene where he was chasing Chris Pratt. I mean, not Chris Pratt. That's his actor name. Shoot, what's his name? Owen Grady in the movie. Owen Grady and whoever the ginger girl is, and then the little girl. That scene, it was cool because they had to do like stuff to outsmart him, and it was scary because there was a few jump scares, but it wasn't jump scare based. It was more like tense. Uh, um, the are those? They're like, what are they called? Momentosaur? Uh, D tier. They had no use in the movie. I don't even remember them being in the movie. They all they did was like get close to a car. They showed off how massive they were and how small a human's gonna be. But Mosasaurus, I'll put it in C tier. It just the Mosasaurus just felt like cheap writing. It was not interesting in any way. It it just feels like cheap writing. There was no lore. There was no like reason to why that was in the movie. You're just there, and it was their first aquatic prehistoric animal, so they need to back it up more. The Pachycephalosaurus. Uh, that's gonna be A tier because it was an interesting dinosaur because they get it felt like he was intelligent. I mean, I don't think he actually was. He just felt like it, and also he made a return in Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom, which was interesting because it was funny, and he did some funny things to mean people in the movie, and so that was interesting. So Paris, Parasaurolophus. Okay, hopefully that's right. I'm being dumb. But these are gonna have to go in the same tier as where the hadrosaurs. So guess I was rating the creosaurs before, but they're the same. They're just both hadrosaurs. Pteranodon. Is there a separate avian? Okay, Pteranodon. S tier. They gave off an actual sense of horror, and it was they were good. They were good creatures. And then what is this? Oh, this is shoot. Is there a triceratops? Yes, there is. So um uh I mean, D tier. They weren't. There was no use for them. They were just used as bystander dinosaurs. Spinosaurus, A tier. He was meant to replace the T Rex. I mean, that's what you were supposed to get the feeling of, like he was more powerful than the T Rex. But in all reality, in science and in the movie, he was way too. He didn't feel like a Spinosaurus. He just felt like a T Rex that was larger. A Spinosaurus would have been more aquatic. I mean, they didn't really have the information to make it accurate at the time, but it just didn't seem as interesting as T Rex, because the T Rex is very muscular. It is very like big in the sense it weighed way more than the Spinosaurus, because the Spinosaurus is actually a very light creature because it has to be semi-aquatic, and so they didn't know how, they didn't portray that correctly in the movie. It didn't feel right. The Spinosaurus didn't feel right. The Stegosaurus, A tier. It was massive. It was no, I'm gonna put it in B tier. It was pretty useless. It just showed it scared the it scared the people in the movie. It was really massive. I didn't know Stegosaurus was that massive. I don't really get big sizes in general. My brain doesn't work like that. I have to see them in that way. And but they were just regular dinosaurs. They could have been replaced by any other large herbivore, and it would have provided the same sense in the context that they were in. Dracorex. Dracorex. So I was wrong in the fact that Pachycephalosaurus returned. But I'm gonna put that in the same A tier as Pachycephalosaurus, because I was saying the Pachycephalosaurus made a return in Jurassic World: Fallen Kingdom, but I didn't, and I was wrong. But Dracorex did, and it was funny because it helped the protagonist, and it didn't help the antagonist, and it was like funny because it hit some people. Triceratops, S tier. It was in the original movie. They gave you a sense of sadness. It had the same sense of sadness as the Apatosaurus, which is why they're both in S tier. The directors did a good job of portraying the dinosaurs dying in the movie. T-Rex, S tier. Original movie. It the scare. It was the. It felt more massive than the Spinosaurus. It felt like way more. It felt like way more dangerous than the Spinosaurus. It was like it's a T Rex. It's scary, and in the movie when it was shot, when it was in the movie, it was raining, so it provided also a sense of that rain was ambiance, and that ambiance made the scene way more terrifying, because like there's only kids in one car, and then there's two adults in another. So and then it went for the kids, which gives you a sense of like, oh no, they're kids. They can't protect themselves, and they're not as they don't know what to do as the dinosaur expert and the scientist in the other car. Velociraptors also S tier. They outsmarted characters, and they gave some jump scares that were like good. The first time that I watched the scene with a Velociraptor jump scare, I actually got scared because it was pretty surprising. And they I've been in every single movie, and so they were portrayed in Jurassic Park 3 very differently than from every other movie. Much less dangerous and much more communicable, which I think I don't know if that was the right direction to go in,
Let's get
but
back from the bat. Oh,
it worked. Okay, so that is where I put all my dinosaur rankings for MCB.
let's go.